Hello, hello, and welcome back to Hero Infinite. For this time, I am joined by Tristan playing the role of the inexplicable Ollie,
Hi, I'm Ollie.
and Radical Ruby played by Jade.
Sorry, just warming up my voice.
All right, words.
You okay?
I'm okay, yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and preface this session by saying, the last week of my life has been a very hectic one, so this session, while I have planned it, may be more poorly planned than others, so forgive me, viewers and players, if this session is a little bit shit.
It's okay. We were gonna go off the rails anyways.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
So, we open up the episode, deep below the Incogni Corporation building. Or Incogni Inc. Incogni Inc. building. Where... Hang on a second. Hang on. I just realized, sorry, there's an issue with my display. There we go. Where two individuals... Hang on. Are currently, like, walking back and forth in a, like, lab environment. Olivia Octavius and... What's the other one's name? I have it here on my notes, sorry.
Oh, is it Ollie?
Reagan Ridley.
Gosh. Poop.
Poop. I love that. Yes. They're, going back and forth, walking through words. Or, like, in a lab preparing for a test. On the other side of a glass plane is a woman with long black hair in a black, sort of like, something similar to a prison uniform, but pure black in color. Her skin pale. Ridley goes over and puts her hand on, like, the thing to communicate to the mic. Or to activate the microphone. I can use words. Alright, subject. Are you ready for the inoculation? So long as the money goes through, I am. Alright. She sits up and looks over to Olivia, who lifts up a large vial labeled has Ollie sample 4. Preparing the specimen, and she sticks it into it, screws it into a space, and it drains out, and several long appendages that are controlled via inflating how do I want to describe it? 4 long robotic arms controlled by inflating, like, artificial musculature looking almost like tentacles emerge from the wall. A syringe sticking out the center of one of them. The tendrils move in to the subject, who's strapped to a table, and inject her with the black fluid. And our camera pans around to show the scientists who are writing things down, and they look up, eyes going wide, with both of their eyes going wide and smiling. A nervous smile from Ridley, and a deviously excited smile from Olivia. From that, we cut to the military base. I'm just gonna set my drink. Ooh. Ruby, you are currently in the military base, having to fill out paperwork after your last stint being a hero. Not the most enjoyable time.
And this, for context, this stint is what happened in, like, the previous session with the king.
Yes, unless you want to make up your own in-between narrative that happened between episodes. Which I give you full permission to make up bullshit.
I mean, I assume that I'm on my, like, fourth or fifth stack of paper regarding the world that we went to and the things that happened.
Yeah, that would make sense. Ollie, you are free to enter the room if you wish to. You technically are supposed to fill out paperwork as well, but they've kind of stopped having you do it because you just drain all the pens.
Well, I need to get my health up.
Crack them open like a lobster claw and just...
I look at the. Do they give me papers?
Yeah, I mean... well, sure, if you want... read the words, I can use them. Yes, there's some paperwork that you're supposed to fill out as well.
Oh boy. Is this my application to be a real as a superhero?
It's currently just you and Ruby in the room.
Oh. Hey Ruby, what does that word mean? It's really big.
That's the. It's more of an article used to string sentences together to make them make more sense, as it were.
And
Yes, and that is also used to connect two different words together. I don't know how to explain language to you, buddy. I'm sorry.
well, I know what that word means. I've spelled it before, but what does the C word mean? It's like cholera towel. Cholera towel.
Cholera? No, what? With respect, Justin, what word are you trying to communicate? Because, like, I assume that Ruby could see the word and know what it means, but doesn't glean what it is from Ollie's.
What is the word that Ollie's trying to read?
Oh, I spelled it collateral.
Oh, collateral.
Oh.
I spelled it wrong in my head. But it's okay, it's in character. Ollie's dumb as a rock anyways.
Okay, so
As you are looking at the word collateral,
It's a medical evaluation. And I just start crossing out words that I don't know what they mean because I assume they're diseases.
Lyle Tiberius Rorik walks into the room.
okay, Ollie, no, you can't just do that. That's not how this works. You gotta.
Who gave him a pen again? And why aren't you in your holding cell? Looks at you, Ollie.
Oh, I thought these pens were complimentary. Like,
With-
you know
with
how they have mints at restaurants?
At least it's better that
Yeah.
you're still in the facility. Ruby,
Well,
we have an
I would-
assignment for you.
Oh, no, but I'm just still wrapping up my paperwork here. I want me to take care of that first, or is this an emergency?
You can get back to the paperwork later. There's no rush on this. It's mostly documentation and attempts to understand where you had gone.
Yeah, and I can wrap it up for you.
Pulls out
I
wrapped
start-
paper.
Yeah, I take out a ribbon. Excuse me, Commander, sir, Mr. Commander, sir, can you put your finger right here?
I'm gonna take this and drop it off with a receptionist along the way. I love you, Ollie. I don't trust you to give this paperwork back the way that it's supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
Alright, and so, you pick up the paperwork and you start to follow Lyle, I presume.
Yeah, is Ollie
Commander
coming
Rourke.
with, or
Well, they only said you had to come. That's up to Ollie.
And, thank you. Ollie will follow Ruby.
You are brought to a small sort of conference room type space where there's a projector set up, and you can see Samus Aran is in the room. With her helmet off, something you have yet to see. With long, flowing blonde hair and piercing blue eyes.
oh my God, Focus, Ruby.
Hi,
I
I'm
know.
Ollie.
She looks
course.
she looks over at you. Right,
You Bobby's mom.
where are you? Whose mom? Bobby's mom, did you say?
Yeah.
I'm not a mother. The Tiberius looks at you for a long moment, Ollie, as if he's contemplating if it's even worthwhile asking you to leave. And then we cut to the last time he asked you to leave a room, and he was like, "You need to leave this room right now." And then you went, "Well, no, you need to leave this room right now." And the two of you went back and forth like that until he found himself leaving the room. And he comes to the conclusion that it's best to just ignore your presence.
Can I roll perception for like what is in this room?
I mean, you don't really need to roll perception. It's a small conference type room, a series of like plastic chairs lined up, a projector facing toward a wall. Like it's a room for giving presentations and briefings. There's
Okay.
a table off to the side with some boxes of donuts and coffee and some pens and markers and paper cups and stuff like that.
Yoink.
I assume, and here I assume we get a visual of Ruby eating a donut and coffee and Ollie eating a pen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least taking them.
We believe we have found the location of a primary operations headquarters for the Rocket Gang. Miss Aran here had come across the valuable intel during her last operation. She gives a small nod and she raises. So she has two hands. She has two hands. The two hands on her armor are different colors. One is blue and one is orange, like the rest of her suit. And
I have just two hands too.
She gets up and she, from the blue hand, out of the palm of the hand, a little, a long spike protrudes out. And she goes over and sticks it into a socket on a nearby computer that seems built to match it. And, downloads the information into the computer so that the projector can start showing it. A local gambling hall, located along the coasts on Kings Island, or was it Kings? Hang on, I gotta look at my own fucking notes again. Sorry, give me 2 seconds.
I think that's fair because King's Island sounds right to me, but I don't remember if that is the actual name of the island.
Yeah, sorry, I just got a DM from the... I'm currently at the same time as running session watching dogs, but they're not dogs that need constant maintenance, and I just got a message about it, and I was just quickly peeking, or responding to them.
We need you to take down Lashif.
Got clicking between my millions... So I'm trying to get more organized notes for this campaign because I'm a notoriously bad note taker as a game master, but the result has become that I have 30 different pages that all my lore is scattered across. I'm just like, fuck. Which one had the info I need? Yeah, it was King's Island. Yeah, a gambling hall located on King's Island. We have reason to believe that this is a front for their operations, with a facility being underneath. This mission is too sensitive to send a independent contractor hero or an independently contracted hero like Samus on. If it goes south, the public will be outraged. So, we're sending you as an official representative. Looking at you, Ruby, because you are a legally hired, full-on government hero, while she's a mercenary.
And Ollie's in the background making shadow puppets through the projection. He's making a dog talk. Why? What happens if things go south with us?
Well then, people tend to be a lot more comfortable when somebody who's officially official government employee is involved in a situation. If it's a, if it's an independently contracted hero or, God forbid, a vigilante, there's often a large amount of outrage at the situation.
Really? Well, I mean, if I were a voter, and I'm not saying I am, but if I were a voter, I would be furious.
He looks at you from and is like, "Do you even pay taxes?"
Well, I'm not saying I don't.
Anyway, he looks back to the two girls. We'll be sending you to the location initially undercover. We want you to attempt to infiltrate and gather information. We don't want this situation to escalate until we know more. But we have reason to believe that they are using it as a distribution network and weapon manufacturing area for their gang. We also have reason to believe that the Rocket Gang has recently gained terrorist ties and may be supplying military-grade equipment overseas. If you can confirm any of this, it would be very much appreciated.
Interesting. Okay, so gotcha. So check in on Team Rocket, make sure we can see what they're up to. And there's also a casino that we're not going to engage much with.
Well, you will be entering undercover initially, and that is why the casino is that's why it's convenient that they've hidden this under a casino. And he gives you, he pulls out a little. Sorry, hang on. I'm trying to move some things, and the wires are all tangled in front of me, fucking everything up. He would give you a card, which when you look at it is or it says on it Games Corner. He says, "You need to have a membership within the facility. We've provided each of you with a cover identity to go therein. When you speak with speak with Professor Gad, he will provide each of you with equipment for this operation. Understood?"
Where's my card?
You aren't going.
What?
Why not?
Because he isn't an officially sanctioned hero. We don't even know what he is. He's not supposed to leave this facility.
But I did your paperwork. Look, see?
What is your name?
I'm Ollie.
Social security number?
8.
Address?
I live here.
Can you explain the origins of your powers, or what you even are?
Well, I don't have any powers. I'm just a hero.
And now, if I may, he reaches forward, grabs. I was gonna say, if I may, he reaches forward, grabs the little top of your sock mask, and starts to pull it. What happens when he pulls your?
Oh!
What happens when he pulls the mask?
The stitches hold.
And it's just like stretching you essentially.
But yeah, he's like stretch it, but I can hear it kind of like starting to rip. I go, "Hey, stop it!"
And then he lets go. We don't even know what he is.
I truly thought you were about to say he pulls the mask off to reveal another mask underneath.
Don't think I haven't thought about it.
Basically, like, we don't even know what he is. He is to remain here.
Hey, with all due respect, Commander, regarding the missions that we have gone upon in our time since joining here, I think Ollie has been a really big help to them. I think
He has
proven
never been
himself.
approved to leave this facility. We are still trying to understand what he is. He's still. He looks at Ollie. He looks at Ollie for a moment, seeming to like think. What is Ollie doing as he looks at him?
I hide behind either Ruby or Samus, whoever's closest. Probably Ruby.
An unaccounted for factor. He stays here. End of story.
I'm just saying he doesn't need approval to be a good hero. But that's just my opinion.
But all my friends are gone. Bobby's gone. Raven's gone. That streaker guy is gone. And now Ruby's gonna be gone. I can't even find the doctor.
She is away on business.
It's another man, isn't it?
He
Could I
furrows his brow at you.
could I perchance sneakily wink to Ollie as if to say that I'm going to take him along anyway, but like
Yeah.
kind
I
of
mean-
hide him?
My assumption is no matter what Tiberius says, Ollie will follow. Because consistently, Ollie has not been approved for a single mission he has gone on.
Oh,
You
okay. I understand. No, don't change your mind on my behalf.
I
I'll
won't.
stay. Oh, you know something, Mr. Commander, sir? You're a real killjoy. I've never seen you smile once. Goodbye, and thanks for nothing. He slams the door.
As you're going to the door, he's like, and
Conference room.
please return to your holding cell. And as the door slams, he's like, I don't even know how he keeps getting out. Because for all intents and purposes, Ollie is an unexplained entity they are attempting to research who just keeps escaping.
God, Ruby is a little sad, but knows that one way or another, Ollie's gonna come in.
Yeah. So, you leave and you're walking down the hall with Samus.
Oh. Right, so Commander Burke said you're an independent contractor who works for the military?
Yeah.
What's that like?
It pays the bills.
You two
I
are
see.
heading to Professor Gad's lab, right?
Yes, that's where they're going.
All right.
So, how did you get involved with the military, as it were? I'd say in this moment, Ruby is very nervous, but trying to actually make conversation with Samus.
They found me. Hang on, I'm looking at my notes again, cause world countries are different in this universe. They found me in islands off the coast of Bahara.
Bahara?
For player
Wait.
and viewer context, Bahara is a rough equivalent of the region of India in this world, and the surrounding countries. It's like a section. It's not a specific country, but like a region of the world, like like how we have Europe and the Middle East. Bahara is the area around the Indian, like India type region.
Bahara? That's pretty far from here, isn't it?
She nods.
And what do you mean by they found you there?
She looks at you for a moment. Give me a charisma check.
Okay, I'll use 2 hero points.
All right.
Also gonna pull up the dice roller because I don't have that open yet.
This is more or less determining, like, you know, it's you're doing a vibe check.
Would attractive help in this situation?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Because it's psychologically proven that people are more willing to trust attractive people.
Okay. Gonna count up the successes. Okay, that's a total of 2 successes.
2 successes?
Yep.
Oof. She looks at you from she says, yeah, they found me. It's worth noting her power armor is completely different from any of the military model power armors you've seen. Most of the military power armor is in the vein of like what Master Chief wears, you know? This very utilitarian, like US military-esque, like bulky suit. Hers is very slim, sleek,
Sorry.
and orange, very bright orange.
Gotcha. It's definitely not something that the military would have
Yeah.
standardly issued to her.
It looks like it was made by entirely different scientists or people to who makes like the military equipment, yeah.
Okay.
So if it's not clear, you failed the vibe check.
Yeah, I got that.
Do you
I
want
assume we walk in silence for the rest of the way.
so you walk on for a bit, and eventually you arrive in Egad's lab.
Before you walk in, there is, I'm gonna need you to remove 2 health from Ollie, because when they walk in, they see a soldier standing outside, like with a helmet and gun, and by soldier I mean Ollie, in disguise. And I've already rolled for him, and he got 2 successes.
Oh.
All right.
Can we very obviously tell that it's Ollie in disguise?
That's what the roll was for. So we'll see.
Gotcha. Okay.
Player versus player stuff, I generally let you decide, but I'm gonna say a level 2 success. I feel like it's a pretty poorly made military soldier disguise, which
Yeah, it's literally just a helmet and wooden rifle. And as they pass by, he's like got his chest puffed up and he's like saluting them.
And if you
Like
want to
a
know
very
what
over-the-top way.
the soldiers in the military base look like, look up Starship Troopers soldier.
Oh no, he's got like a World War II helmet. and like a Civil War musket.
I love that. So he's very clearly inaccurate because soldiers normally look like fucking Starship Trooper soldiers.
Yeah, his reference for soldiers come from like propaganda cartoons.
From the World Wars.
Yeah.
Or the Great Wars, as they are in this setting.
My mistake.
So funny. Alright, words. But yes, so he stood outside and Samus sort of looks at him for a moment and then just continues walking.
Can I kill him?
Oh no. And you guys walk into Egad's lab, which, you know,
I'm going to salute back before we walk in.
And then Ollie very coyly, at least what he thinks is coyly, lifts his helmet up and then gives an over-the-top wink to
and
to
it
Ruby.
makes an audible tink sound.
Yeah.
I wink back.
But as you enter the Professor Gad's lab, you know, I don't think I've really described Gad's lab to you before. It is
Big Gad.
It's a fairly sizable room, and scattered all over the place is like various kit pieces of half-finished equipment, things being researched. Like he's clearly constantly working on a bunch of projects that he jumps between. And a lot of the things look at the variety of what you're seeing range from like high-end military armor and equipment to what appear to be household appliances. Even a vending machine and a fridge half assembled in the corner.
Oh,
It's think Doc Brown's lab, but the walls are cleaner and more nice looking, like because it's a actual proper military facility. And he looks over to you, he's like, yes, excuse me, yes, Miss Ruby and Aran. I was told to be expecting the two of you.
what's up, Professor? How's it going?
Quite good. Now that... Oh boy, what's happening?
No, I just thought if Ollie could hear this, he would have said, "What's up, Doc?" But he's not there, so
Well, you can enter the room if you want.
just in the wind. Actually, Ollie's just like, "Oh, I'm congratulating myself for what a great job I did," and then he realized, "Oh, I'm on the other side of the door. How do I get in?" Anyways, continue.
First off, do either of you have outfits that would be fitting for a casino?
I've got a red dress that I can change into.
Which, how is Ruby looking right now while walking through the military base?
That's a good point. I know that I did make a new design for Ruby recently, so I kind of just imagined her in that.
Ooh, hang on. Let me go ahead and show that new design on stream. It's been posted into the Hero Network in the,
Now that she's a government shill.
Where is... So there is a Hero Infinite form in the Gas Network Discord where you can see all of this artwork, but I'm gonna go ahead and... is the hair in the ponytail or not? Which one should I show?
I figure for this sake she's probably hair in the ponytail.
Okay. But let me... Where is the... There it is. Come on, show the Discord. Yeah. There we go. That is... Hang on, dogs are barking downstairs. I need to go and check. Entertain the masses. I'll be right back.
How do I get this? Oh, very cheeky.
Yep, so that's Ruby's new design on the right. I did also draw alternate illustrations, including like shorts and leggings.
I like the popped collar.
Thanks. I am really proud of the jacket and as well as the leg warmers and the dance shoes.
Okay, I'm back. It was my housemates getting home and the dogs tweaking at them. Which means I'm no longer on dog sitting duty. Woo!
Cool.
I can now stand on the dogs. But yes. So Ruby's got a new outfit appearance. I like that some of the players are over time like having their characters get suit upgrades. What was it you were talking about when I came over? Sorry.
I was just complimenting Ruby's new look.
Yeah.
Although these shorts are a little tight, I've got an idea. Rip!
Sorry, I'm just clicking between things. Sorry, I've asthma and I'm out of shape, so running downstairs and back up wins me.
I didn't know you had asthma.
Yeah, my windpipe is tighter than other people's. Words. I have malformed windpipe. They, Sorry.
hopefully that's the last you need to go up and downstairs for the session.
You can transform your clothing on the fly, can't you? With your magic?
I don't have that explicitly listed as a power, but I feel like
We did always establish that your outfit is summoned by your music.
that's true. Yeah. So I think that would make sense for Ruby to be
I'd
able
say-
to do.
In the future, add that to your character sheet as a free power. The ability to change your outfit, but it has to be remaining within shades of red. Essentially.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sam, do you like switch to like a red cocktail dress to show, like in the scene when he asks?
Yeah.
He's like,
Oh, hang on. Let me just sing a quick little song. La 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 la. There, I'm changed.
Yeah, you go through a whole magical girl transformation. He's like, oh. I don't know if my clapping got picked up. He's like, excellent.
I heard the clapping.
No, I know you can't do that, Miss Aran, and I don't think you're the type to own a dress. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, I mean, no offense. I was just going to say that if either of you needed them, I have prepared some cocktail dresses for you, but if you believe you have something... Samus just, like, glares at him, and he's like, right, let's get right to equipment. So, of course, the biggest issue is that you, Miss Aran, won't be able to bring your armor with you, since you're going in undercover. So I've prepared for you these. As he goes over to the table, and you can see what looks like a very small gun and a pair of heels on the table. And she looks at them for a moment, and he explains that the heels have a rocket boost functionality, allowing her to move at higher speeds in a pinch. And he explains to her how to utilize it. And that the pistol is a easily concealable energy weapon that is also capable of producing an energy whip, so that she's not going in completely unarmed. And Samus nods, and she grabs both of them, and you see as she picks them up in her blue hand, the blue hand of her suit. And they sort of glow brightly for a moment and seem to disintegrate. And Gads does not seem to react to this, as if he's seen it happen before. And as it happens, you do notice the heels on her armor change to be the same shade of gray as the heels that the heels she was just given.
Are you magic?
She looks at you for a moment, and she's like, No.
Okay.
Gad's like, it's the advanced technology of her power suit. I do wish she'd one day allow me to study it more closely. You're not touching my suit. Of course, of course. Well, I also had gotten for you this. I have gotten for you, Ruby, this. As he's walking over to another spot, he says, now I know, you should be able to smuggle in your microphone with ease, and it has a great variety of capabilities. So,
Damn right it does.
I was far less worried about equipping you with weaponry or maneuvering gear as I was Miss Aran. Words. But, you are a little bit less, shall we say, stealthy than she is? Which is why I have these two items. Or sorry, what were you gonna say?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I say as a bright red person contrasting against I seem like pretty gray walls.
Yeah, suit covered in sparkles, almost seeming to radiate light. I have these two items for you. The first looks like a sort of choker necklace. This advanced necklace will suppress the sound coming from your vocal cords. in
Is the
theory.
Joker man's nemesis? Sorry.
No, man. I wish I could remember the name of man's nemesis, but it's not.
That's okay.
Oh, it's Joe Kerr. Joe Kerr is man's nemesis.
Okay.
But
continue.
yes. In theory, this should allow you to sing more quiet, or allow you to quietly sing without, and utilize your abilities without it traveling as far. Now, I'm not sure the exact effects it will have on your magic, but it is worth. We could attempt to test it now, as he gives it to you.
Okay, I'll put the choker on, and then basically I'd sing as loud as I possibly can, or try to.
And it sort of muffles the sound down so it doesn't travel as far. So, mechanically, what this choker does when you have it activated, there's a button you can press on to turn on and off. None of your abilities can travel more than or beyond the stage of combat that you are currently in when you utilize it. And all musical-based abilities are performed at a disadvantage while using it. But you do not produce sound beyond the stage you are in, meaning that enemies in a distance won't hear you casting spells.
Okay.
And then the other piece of gear he gives you, he hands you a small, it looks almost like a a clunkily large wristwatch. This is an experimental device we have received from the Robco Industries. It is what is known
as... muff on my wrist?
Oh no! It's what's known as a stealth boy. It creates a light emits a special radiation that has been discovered that refracts light. When you activate it, he's holding it in his hand and he hits a button, and he is almost invisible, light rippling around him, so he looks almost just like perfectly clear water floating in the air in front of you.
Oh.
So if you didn't know he was there, it'd be a lot harder to spot him. And then
like active camo?
Yes. And then he deactivates. He says, "But be very careful with it. It is very prone to shorting itself out, if overused, and additionally, if it's used too much, it can have adverse health effects. But don't worry, it's been given an internal timer in order to prevent it. You can use it for 60 seconds at a time, at which point it will initiate cooldown, after which point you will need to wait another 60 seconds before activating the device again for your own health." 60 seconds is about the equivalent of 10 rounds, so we're gonna say. Or not 10 rounds, 6 rounds, I mean. Because a round has about 10 seconds, give or take.
Okay, I think that makes sense. Alright, gonna feel weird to fight the urge to steal the show, as am wont to do. But I appreciate the tech. Thanks.
Now remember, your goal, as he goes and he starts to grab some other things, basically various small recording devices and, USB devices and stuff. He's like, your goal is to find your way into the secret facility we suspect is built underneath the game corner. Once you're there, we want you to plant bugs in areas that you think will contain impertinent information, as well as capture footage of what they are doing. And bug their systems if capable. The more data you can get us, the better, but do not risk yourself too much, and do not let the enemy catch on to the fact that we know of the facility. If they find out that we know, well, they'll likely abandon the entire operation. Some of the stuff he gives you are things like a camera disguised as a lipstick stick, a listening device disguised as makeup, the powdered makeup applicator, earrings that are designed to be cameras that you can stick on walls, various small trinkets that look like normal things but are, basically spy gear.
Okay, I feel like this, maybe not specifically with these items, but I feel like this is the kind of mission that Ruby's dad would love to do.
But he would suck at it.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Words. Words. I can use them. Excuse me. But yes, do any of you want to talk to EGAD or Samus about anything?
So, that for my own sake, just to double check, I've got the choker that will muffle my voice, and the watch for invisibility. I forget, what are the other items again?
Words. Well, the other things I'm gonna say aren't super necessary to record down. It's very small things like trinkets that are designed to look like camera or that are designed to look like makeup and jewelry and stuff that are cameras, listening devices, bugging devices, things like that. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. So they'll work as long as like they're just on our person.
Yes. Like the idea is that as you go around, you'll plant them in various locales. You know.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
You're. So I'm just looking at some stuff in my notes real quick.
I assume like Ruby and Samus
Oh.
are kind of like divvying up the little trinkets.
Yes.
Like I'll get the lipstick with a microphone in it. You get the mirror that has a camera.
Well, both of you would be given basically a full purse of spy gear of like, you know, so you can both go around and hide things. You know what I
Nice.
mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
What are the tampons?
Those are just tampons.
Oh, is that a joke from something? I think I've heard that. Or did you
No,
make that up?
It
No,
was
you made that?
from my stupid old brain.
Okay, sorry, I did not give you credit for your funny joke.
Was it funny?
Tristan, the
How about
tampons
give
are
me
just
credit for my
tampons.
sexist joke. Sorry, what we said, Jade?
Tristan, the tampons are just tampons.
Not spy tampons. Let's squirt secret
No,
spy liquid.
not spampons. I'm
I'll
sorry.
squirt your secret spy liquid. But yes, anyway, you've been given your totally spy style spying kit. Like I said, is there anything you want to talk to EGAD or Samus about? Sentences that this series has me saying.
Okay, so we get there, we bug the place. What's the exit strategy? If like when we complete the mission, or if something goes south?
Well, ideally, you'll slip in without being seen and slip out just as easily. If things go south, well, at which point your goal is to get out alive, more or less. The plan, there isn't much of a detailed plan because we don't know the layout of the facility. I can show you, and he shows you images. You saw these during the presentation earlier as well, but he shows you images of the layout of the casino, and it's like a very standard casino layout. You know, slots near entrance, gambling hall in the middle, bar area, things like that. You know, place for exchanging chips. It's a very stereotypical casino, but he says, we believe somewhere in the back rooms they have created a secret entrance into the facility.
Okay.
Your goal is to slip in, find your way into the back areas, and, well, like I said, Plant bugging devices anywhere that it seems pertinent. Ideally in areas where they'll be able to see large amounts of what's going on.
Gotcha. Okay, so a sort of base of a plan that's not super fleshed out, so we'll have to kind of make up the rest of it as we go along.
Exactly.
I can work with that.
Something that heroes like you tend to be quite good at, from what I understand.
It's a talent.
He
Oh, man.
smiles.
I'm looking forward to this. What about you, Samus?
Well, we'll see how it goes. I'm usually more of one for loud operations. God damn it, the fucking bot spam has started to find better ways to sneak through. Sorry, I just got a bot in my chat.
Well,
Thank
you know.
you for watching the
Might not-
lights.
well, you know, Sam, might not be loud, but there will be music.
Give me a charm check.
That attractive.
Okay. I'm gonna use
Maybe.
3 hero points this time.
Okay.
And meanwhile, as all this is going on, Ollie is pushing desperately hard with his 35-pound body on a door, which very clearly says "pull to open."
I forgot how light you are.
Okay, that was way better. 7 successes.
Anything beyond a brisk breeze is good, you know, and I'm just forget it.
She smiles at you, ever so slightly at your joke.
Is it creepy when she smiles?
That's I don't think it would be creepy. She does not have a creepy smile. If the internet has led me to believe anything.
I don't think I've ever seen Sama smile.
I remember the first session I had to introduce her. I just opened up I used DuckDuckGo as a search engine, and I just typed in Samus Aran Power Armor, and was immediately bombarded with a screen full of not safe for work content.
Yeah.
It's fun times.
Jeez.
The internet with its women characters. But yes, you, is there anything else anyone does, or are you gonna move on to the next scene?
Ollie is still trying to open the door.
I think Ruby's ready to go. I assume on the way out, she's going to accidentally slam the door into Ollie, like squish him
Yes.
against the wall.
I was planning that.
As the door shuts, it like he accordions out. No, it's like, you know those the folding paper dolls. He unfolds like 3 folding paper dolls, connecting the door and the wall before pulling himself together. Words, I can speak them. But yeah. The plan is for you guys to go later in the day, so you're basically given some time, a little bit of downtime to prep and get ready, and head to a meeting location, you know? Ollie, do you just keep following Ruby, essentially? Or do you follow Samus?
For shits and giggles, I'm gonna follow Samus.
So, I like to imagine, you know,
Because I've only just found out that she's single.
Jesus. So I think we've previously established that hover car. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but we've established hover vehicles exist in this world. To a very minor degree, has like military technology. Like general use hover cars, no. But people who work for the government, yes.
If you say so.
Dolan has a hover pickup truck, for example. That's Bobby's companion.
Yep.
Samus, as she goes to the parking lot, approaches a orange. The best way I can describe the shape of the vehicle that she would have, it's bright orange, and it exists somewhere between a Cybertruck and a Beetle car.
The Metroid Mobile.
It's like, picture a Beetle, but make it low poly, and that's what our vehicle looks like. No curves. And as she gets in it, it would start to float up as the wheels would turn into hover tracks. I imagine Ollie's like grabs onto the bottom.
Ollie's gonna try and get into the passenger seat.
So she opens her car door, climbs in, and then you go over and open the passenger door, and she just looks at you.
Hey, thanks for the ride, Sam.
She now has her helmet on.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were someone I knew. You have a very similar shape.
You can't recognize her with the helmet on. God, that's a hero point. Are you still gonna try and get in?
Yeah.
Hang on, hero point. They look at you for a moment. Get out of my car.
What?
Get out of my car.
What? But I thought we're. Oh, okay.
You get out.
Ollie tries, but then he remembers he already fastened his seatbelt.
She looks at you for a moment. She's like, head down, like face on hand on visor for a moment.
Oh, please, I'll be good. Honest.
She reaches over and unbuckles.
No.
You are staying here. At the very least, you're not coming home with me.
Well, can you at least point me to where Ruby is?
You're on your own. She's gonna take off. Or she's gonna push
What?
you out and take off, I should say.
Why am I so bad at making friends?
Oh, Wally! You just keep trying to make friends with people who are assholes.
Who knew the military didn't encourage that sort of thing?
That's another hero point. But yes, we can say you're able to find Ruby ultimately. Ruby, do you allow Ollie to follow you back to your apartment?
I think so. How do I notice Ollie? I guess.
Ollie,
Yeah,
how do you approach?
Well, I guess you know what I'm gonna do. Okay, fuck. I'm gonna.
Stance
have to
up
roll
and
for
that you
this
know you
again.
had to do it to impose.
If I'm going back to my apartment, then I think on the way I will have changed back into Mercury.
Oh no!
I'm gonna.
Can Ollie tell the difference? Oh no!
I'm gonna. Probably not. You know, I can't find. I tried rolling for disguise. I got a 1.
I mean, Ollie does also know the meeting point, so you could just show up at the mission. What are you disguising as?
I was gonna be Commander Rourke and ask, So that's another health point away from Ollie.
It's like
Just ask people, where's Ruby?
it's a Spirit of Halloween ass costume, and people are laughing their ass off.
And it's also like a paper cutout of like a frowny face on it, like
Yes.
literally stapled to his face.
People fucking love it. So, I like to... Do you get up to shenanigans like this regularly on the military base?
Yeah, but like mostly in Olivia's office.
Okay.
Because he's always trying to make her laugh.
Well, you're gonna see a bunch of, like, as you're going around like this, a bunch of the military grunts are gonna be laughing their ass off. Absolutely loving it. Some of them making comments like, hey, you go, he really is like that. And as that's happening, Mercury, you step out of, like, the bathroom where you change your disguise and see this happening. Still visibly Ollie behind the paper mask.
What was Ruby? I'm gonna yell at her for doing a good job and just trying to help.
Hey, what's up, man?
You shut up, you! I'm looking for
Oh, hi, Ruby.
Gee,
Wait, aren't you in your Mercury outfit?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you! Where's Ruby? Where's Ruby? She's being too radical.
I don't know what to tell you, man. Commit a crime, maybe she'll show up.
You see Tiberius, so Ruby, you see Tiberius enter the room behind Ollie. Everybody's laughing their ass off. One of the soldiers is like, he really is like that.
Commit a crime. Oh, that's a good job. Maybe I'll impersonate somebody.
Tiberius
Could I get...
walking closer, everybody in the room, like the laughing in the room slowly dying as people realize he's there.
Seeing him come in, could I try to just, like, get between Ollie and Rourke so that he doesn't see Ollie as Rourke?
Ollie sees Rourke and he goes,
Don't you ever salute your superiors anymore?
Also, how tall are each of you?
I wrote it down.
I
think
think Ruby is 5'8", and to be honest, I want to do this fully knowing that it's not going to work.
In Ollie's, I guess, human costume, he is 5'10".
5'10"?
Yeah.
in your Tiberius costume?
No, in his, like, his,
Yeah.
you know, his outfit.
Yeah.
No matter who he impersonates, he's always going to be the same height.
Tiberius walks up and, you step in between the two and he looks down at you and he looks up.
Hey, Commander, what's happening, buddy?
And as soon as I like do a double take, like I yell at Commander Rourke, like,
Don't you ever salute your superiors?
and then I go back to yelling at Ruby, and then I stop, and then
Double take.
I reach behind me and like pat his face, and then very slowly look behind me and see that it's Rourke. Like,
Oh boy, don't you agree that imitation is the best form of flattery?
Yipe.
You,
And then I
Miss
take
Walker.
the paper off, I put it in front of him, and then I draw a smile on it instead.
He looks at you, Mercury, and says, you, Miss Walker, should get going. Visitation hours are ending soon. Trying to cover for you, because he knows who you are.
Ah, right. So they are. Well, I best be getting out of here. Catch you later. And could I grab Ollie's hand to make him walk with me on the way out?
Which, as you do, and he starts walking, Tiberius is gonna grab his other hand.
Oh, please, there's plenty of me to go around.
I imagine there's like a stretchiness going on.
Oh.
Yeah.
The subject stays here.
Oh,
What happens here never leaves this room. Got it. And I try to pull away from him.
give me a roll.
Just 5 die?
Yeah, unless you have something you think would give a bonus. I'm
Well-
very greasy.
The
Can
six
we get a bonus
is
for that?
6 is a 1, right?
What?
6 counts as a 1?
6 is a success, yes.
Yeah. Okay, then
6
I got
and
a
up
4.
are successes. You slip free from his grasp and scurry out with Mercury. Something which he looks not too plussed about.
Hey, thanks, pal. Hey, what do I call you?
Hey, okay. Okay, first of all, my name is Mercury. We've almost Ollie, we know each other.
We do?
Yeah, you remember the concert? The things happening around
Listen,
after...
Your hair is in a ponytail and you're wearing a crop top now. Of course they can't recognize you.
And your name's Mercury.
Yeah, that's my actual identity, buddy.
Okay, I'm Ollie.
I don't think Ollie can tell. Ollie's the kind of person who would watch Superman put on glasses and be like, golly, Clark Kent, you just missed Superman.
Good grief. Okay, look, you want to come back to my place, or you got something else that you want to do today?
Well, I did want to find Ruby, but, well, sure. I mean, you've been the first nice person all day to talk to me. Aside from all those other soldiers and Ruby.
Okay. Okay, look. We can talk more when we get back there. For now, I feel like most of these other military guys are gonna try to take you back if they catch you. So, why don't you hop into my pocket on the way?
I can't wait for the Ollie Ruby ship art.
Up into your pocket.
Yeah, well, you get them out of the base. We don't need to worry too much about the logistics.
Ollie's made of like cloth and fabric. I figured he could prehensilely fold up into a napkin.
That is not a power they have established, but if you want to level up to get that power, that's something you could have if you wanted. That would
I don't think Mercury knows that, but they would assume.
But I will say, Tristan, it is reasonable for Ollie to get the ability to fit in a space that small if they want.
Yeah, I actually did think of that.
But you would need to spend a level up on it.
What kind of pants are Mercury wearing?
They're like
imagine-
cargo pants, right?
Very skinny jeans or something?
No, like kind of flared jeans. They made sure to find custom ones with good pockets.
God, because pants without pockets fucking suck.
The pants without pockets do suck.
The best skirt I've ever been gifted is a skirt that actually has pockets built in. I was just like, fuck yeah!
That is very good. Yeah, I recently had to return a pair of shorts that had no front pockets to them. It's like, this is 1,000 deaths to the person who did this.
Also, fuck pants that have faux pockets on them, where they stitch the shape of pockets, but they don't actually work. Like, you put the fabric there. You did all the steps necessary. Why aren't there pockets? Anyway.
What do you want me to do with this? Hold it?
Do you want to get that power, Ollie?
The
power to compress into tight spaces.
Experience. How many experience will it cost?
1 experience. We're gonna say any space smaller than any hole smaller than hang on.
How about like a pocketbook?
I can actually get an exact measurement here by referencing things that relate to your character's backstory that we've discussed.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
I'm just googling something fit real quick. So this power is going to be that you can fit through a space. Oh, that's a weird.
Upload the fucking JPEG again.
God, fucking. You. Americans will use anything but metric. You can fit through space as small as a lemon. A hole as small as a lemon is the smallest hole you can fit through.
What the fuck?
Can you send me this reference?
Okay, hang on. Give me the link, not the... It's not letting me copy just the link to the page. It's all... So that's annoying.
Why?
When you search something in Chrome, in the top bar, it doesn't give you the link, it just gives you the Google search thing. I'll send it to you after session. And the smallest space you can fit in is...
Can fit in a lemon.
Well, you can fit through a hole as small as a lemon. And the most compressed you can be is... Hang on. Oh no, sorry. You can compress yourself down to the size of a lemon and fit through a hole as small as a quarter.
Ooh.
So you can be as small as a lemon and fit through a hole as narrow as a quarter. Jesus, this is a good power.
You can finally find Ollie in the produce aisle.
Oh man, I keep meaning to send an image a photo I took at work. There's an entire vitamin brand called Ollie's. I keep meaning to send it to the group chat and be like, Ollie, Tristan, why'd you sell out? It's same spelling and everything.
Well, of course, all the major cartoons have their own theme parks.
The Flintstones have cereal, I have vitamins. The Flintstones also have vitamins. I should go to cereal.
The Peanuts have MetLife.
The Pink Panther has wall insulation for some reason.
They have fiberglass insulation.
In a past life, Kermit the Frog had Wilkins coffee.
Yep. You don't drink Wilkins coffee.
Yeah.
Everybody, after this episode, Google search Jim Henson and Wilkins coffee ads. They're fucking hilarious.
Wilkins coffee. Have you?
Anyway,
Tried Wilkins coffee. You didn't answer my question.
you know what? Wilkins is one of the few real-life brands that exist in the world of Hero Infinite. Boom.
You didn't answer in time.
Anyway, I've actually never tried Wilkins coffee. Anyway, do you guys do anything at Ruby's apartment before you have to set off? I can smell
Of
dinner
course, this is
cooking
the
downstairs
first
and making me
time
hungry. Sorry, go ahead.
This is the first time I've ever been in an apartment. Well, that's not true. This is the first time I've ever been invited to an apartment.
Absolute fucking menace.
Okay. Ruby? No. Ollie?
Where?
Oh yeah.
I need you to focus, pay attention, and also understand that this is a secret. Do not share this with anybody else unless I allow you to. Please.
Ollie zips up his mouth with a zipper
Good.
that wasn't there before.
Good. Now then, I'm gonna sing the song to transform Mercury into Ruby.
So,
Quietly enough so that nobody else in the apartment can hear.
well, now you can test that new choker.
It doesn't work.
You watch Mercury become Ruby before your eyes, Ollie. What does Ollie say in response?
Zip.
Oh, you're Ruby!
I was really hoping you were gonna be like, Ruby, there you are! I just met this really nice person named Mercury. Where'd they go?
Of course.
You're really good at disguises. Could you teach me how to do that?
Look, unfortunately, I don't really know how to transmute my magic or pass it on to other people
Oh,
to
that's
give them
okay.
new powers.
I studied what
What?
you did. Hang on. Ollie starts spinning around. Goes,
Oh?
Wonder Ruby, Wonder Ruby, and then he just makes himself dizzy.
Can I take the collar and put it on Ollie as he does this?
Yes. Also, it's a choker, not a collar. There is an important distinction there. One is a clothing accessory, the other's a kink thing. I
Wait,
own
there's a
several
choker?
collars.
What does this choker do? And Ollie's just like basically pantomiming everything because he's completely mute. And he holds up a sign that goes who turned off the sound?
I like to think it literally changes you to have like the color scheme of a mime.
Like completely monotone.
Yeah,
He's
you
just
get
gonna,
the
like,
little
hold up
rosy red
spins,
cheeks.
like I'm okay with that. He holds up a sign like a Wile E. Coyote.
Mhm.
Oh man, that means every time he wants to speak, it takes a little bit of health. Yeah, why am I up to full health now?
Because we're assuming that between scenes you have healed yourself.
I didn't say that.
Do you really want to be at reduced health at the start of the main part of session? There's gonna be
sure.
there's gonna be a several-hour gap between where you were and when you guys actually arrive at the location you're going to.
Look, I know what I'm doing, Brian.
All
I-
right.
In all fairness, Ollie was too busy putting together that killer Rourke disguise to heal himself.
So because you're choosing to go into the session with a disadvantage, I am actually going to give you hero points in return.
Oh, thank you. That's 4 health bars, by the way.
4 health bars gone. Got it.
Yep.
Mm-mm. So right now I'm just kind of inverting their color because I don't know what color to mark them as empty because I can't turn them black for obvious
can't do-
reasons.
You can't just do blue?
Well, when I invert, it turns blue. That's why they're turning blue.
Oh, okay.
Would like a gray work?
I guess I could do gray. What do you say, Tristan?
Either one works.
Alright, anyway, that's updating currently, so... yes, do you do anything else in the apartment before heading to location?
Okay, so I'm gonna get ready for the mission for tonight. You make yourself at home until then. Try not to break anything.
Ollie just sits right in front of the television and watches cartoons for the rest of the night. But like since he still has like the choker on, he's like laughing really obnoxiously but completely mute.
Fantastic cartoons like SpongeBob SquarePants and Tween Colossus Go.
Tween Tittens.
Tween Titans. And
Man,
what are other stupid cartoon names we could do?
Yeah.
Sassafras Strut or Sassafras Stroot
What?
as opposed to Sesame Street.
Oh my god.
god. The fantastic planet of chewing gum.
I love coming up with fake knockoffs of real life things. It's one of my favorite things to do in campaigns.
And the Little Mermaid.
The Little Mermaid.
Purpley.
Jeez. Purpley. That show is, that show's revolutionary. Yeah, it's a show about, some New Zealand cat.
Doing like a cartoon about Ruby.
It's a show about cats in New Zealand. Purple.
Yeah,
Actually, worth noting,
New
now that's
Zealand.
you mentioned that, Ollie, there is in fact cartoons made about superheroes in universe. Cartoons and comic books and all of that exist has propaganda for superheroes. In
Shit,
fact,
son. Am I watching Man, the animated series?
no, because he is not a hero. Actually,
Series?
But the cartoon you would likely, or a show you would likely be seeing, hang on. Now I'm looking into a player's notes because there's a player whose backstory directly calls upon a TV show in setting. When you watch the TV, you see, what's the name of the character? Oh, it's tucked somewhere in here.
I'll crush you, Mr. Incredible.
Major Freedom, the animated series. That's
Boy, I
what,
heard that was groundbreaking at the time.
and Major Freedom, it's a cartoon from the 70s.
Oh, never mind.
Or
It
no,
probably
it-
sucks.
Actually, no, it's set during the 70s, but it would probably actually be more so made during the late 80s, early 90s, now that I think about it.
Oh, then it only has
Oh.
nostalgic value.
Yeah. Its animation quality is akin to that of G.I. Joe, the original series.
Oh, then it sucks.
And it's about Major Freedom and his fight in the Vong Quang War.
Major Freedom
Anyway.
is
Tank.
from the colonies.
Yeah, whole player wrote extensive backstory about previous heroes, and it's great.
I know, it's insane, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the players have straight up written like short novels that are tucked in our documents for me to look at. Like Veneer has written paragraphs upon paragraphs upon paragraphs of the wildlife found within the labyrinth, and I love it. I can't wait to get to use
That
it.
is really good.
And that's only like scratching the surface of like there's
Yeah.
an entire dedicated to Veneer lore.
Yeah. Also, Doodle recently began counting how many OCs they've created, and their count has recently broken the 800 mark, and they
Oh,
still aren't
God.
done counting.
Good lord.
Oh, that
Uh,
that rules.
Anyway, the back to campaign. Done nerding about my awesome friends and how creative and cool they are compared to me.
Yeah. Why can't my friends be like that?
Because you don't have any. Nobody liked it. God, I'm sorry. I'm being mean for comedic effect, and I was way too mean.
Oh,
I love you, Tristan. I want to suck you silly.
Oh.
Anyway,
Happy Pride.
yeah, happy Pride. I still can't get over the funny moment of the Shadow Space episode for Pride Month. But anyway. It was not intended to be a Pride Month episode. It became one, though.
The Torian's missing out.
ah, man, that's beautiful.
I wouldn't mind getting Torian back into the campaign in the future. But anyway, back on to topic. Do you do anything else fun in the apartment before you all go?
I mean, I think after a point, Mercury's going to join Ollie in watching cartoons.
You're all done
And
up,
now that-
nice, ready to go out for the evening.
Yeah, and they're gonna. Yeah, and I think they'll take the choker off Ollie
He
so that he can laugh again.
gets his color back.
Oh my!
Choker, I barely know her.
You know, the animation's not as good as it was back in my day. He says in perfectly, well, not perfectly. He says in slightly cheaply 12 frames per second.
Oh man, I do like to. That's a fun thought. Does Ollie move in 12 frames per second? Does Ollie move at a low frame rate?
You know, let's move on for now.
Yeah.
I think I might have screwed up a little bit.
Anyway, you.
Ollie, like Mr. Game and Watch,
I
only
love-
moves in pre-posed.
I love having a
Frames
player
around
who's
the world.
basically just the mask, but without the evil. You're lawful good the mask, and that's what I love about Ollie, I think.
Lawful?
You're right, chaotic good, compared to chaotic neutral, which the
Yeah.
mask is. Anyway.
Maybe he's waffle good. I forget.
You all eventually make your way to the, excuse me. words. It's not a meeting point, actually, exactly. You're gonna get picked up in a vehicle that was provided for the mission. That is, like, not clearly marked military type thing. You know, it's a very, like, a sort of a nice luxury car, because you need to look like somebody who'd be going to a high-end casino, you know?
Oh, before I leave the apartment, Ollie, at least having overheard the plan with having overheard the plan, he also draws himself up. This is gonna be another few health bars. He draws himself up, high heels, a short cocktail dress, and a Marilyn Monroe style blonde wig.
I really thought you were gonna put him in, like, a tux.
Oh, and lipstick.
I love it. How many points? Give me a disguise check. The more health
that's
points
right.
you spend, the more dice you get. I'm gonna say, if you get at least 2 successes, the common mooks in the casino won't be able to tell. They'll just think you're a woman.
You know, I'm gonna do it first for Ollie and use a hero point.
You can also drain health, if you recall correctly, for this.
Yeah, I am for the outfit.
How much health are you draining? Each health drain gives it a bonus die.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, that's how it's always worked.
Shit, then. Oh, I thought it was every time he used his power, he drains health.
You use a minimum 1, and beyond the first one you use, you can enhance the roll you're doing. So, for example, if you summon a weapon, the amount of health you drain just outright determines how much damage the weapon does.
Oh, right.
Yeah. In this case, when making a disguise, every health you drain gives a bonus die, and every hero point you spend gives an advantage die.
So they both give me an advantage die?
No, health draining gives bonus dice, which are just normal dice.
Okay.
Hero
So
points
what's
give
an
advantage dice, and an advantage die can't roll a 1.
Okay.
So
then
you roll them
one
after the fact.
Alright, 1 advantage dice and 1 regular health
Okay.
die. So that's
Okay.
8 in total. Alright, roll. Ugh.
What'd you get?
2.
Well, the common mooks won't be able to tell, but if you meet anybody even mildly more intelligent, they will look at you and be like, what the fuck is wrong with their face?
What's wrong with your face?
But average civilians will just think you're a beautiful Marilyn Monroe-esque woman. So, yeah, I can see, like, Ruby's like, all right, are you ready to go, Ollie? And, like, the, boom, bow, doo, 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 the sexy music plays as you, like, step out, a beautiful woman's leg with fishnet stockings, the dress emerging, camera pans up, the long flowing blonde hair, and then you just turn and it's the normal Ollie face with bright red lipstick. You're sucking on a red marker.
I was trying to play Toxic into my kazoo, and I don't think it picked up.
Yeah, your kazoo doesn't pick up, certainly.
All right. Are you ready to go, Molly?
The Trans Ollie episode. Happy Pride Month!
Shall we follow up, darling?
By all means, let's. And I
So yeah, you leave the apartment and there's a nice sort of a high-end like luxury car, and the window rolls.
On the stairs where heels.
like increasingly as you fall down, increasingly absurd sound effects play. You hear an accordion, we hear piano keys, we hear a cat, we hear a car crash, we hear an atom bomb. and then we hear a baby coughing.
Oh,
And
Oh
you're
my
just
gosh.
at the bottom of the stairs, totally fine.
And there are like birds and like stars twirling around my head.
oh, Molly, dear, you all right?
You know when you smile and it makes your cheeks hurt?
Well, it's not just my cheeks that hurt.
It's your other cheeks.
Oh, gotta be careful with those stairs. Let me help you up.
Oh, that's very gracious of you.
Shall we make our way to our
Yes, let's.
vehicle?
I love that Ruby's throwing on a voice as well. So you both step out, and it's this nice orange luxury vehicle. What's a good fake vehicle? Oh, it's a Corvega. It's a nice luxury Corvega.
Or
Oh,
And,
at least it wasn't an old. I can't think of an alternate word for reliant.
I have a really stupid quip to make, and
Oh no, what's the quip?
Oh please.
Corvega, like birds have.
I don't get it.
Wait,
It's
I'm
a play on
figuring it out.
cloaca.
oh fuck! Yeah, that's what I was
Oh.
thinking. I gotcha. I just couldn't think of the correct word.
I will never forget one of my favorite tabletop interactions was back. This is an old campaign that was streamed on the channel, where one of the players was playing a bird character, Izumo, and I looked at my friend Zed. I'm like, I was just like, "Hang on, Zed, does Izumo have a cloaca?" And then there's a long pause, and then our friend Sleepy went, "What that bird pussy look like?" And Zed went, I think. No, I don't want to think about this. Stop.
Oh, great. Now I know that Gus has a cloaca.
What that bird pussy look like? I'll have to ask Veneer if Raven has a cloaca.
I already know their reaction. Hello?
I love Veneer's reactions. Anyway, I love to bully my friends. The window rolls down and you can see Samus Aran with blue lipstick and a blue cocktail dress sat in the front seat. To drive. Hello?
Oh, it's so good to see you. Allow me to make my way into the vehicle procured for us.
Samus cocks an eyebrow.
Stop the champagne.
I figured that they were going to be coming along. I didn't think they'd be dressed like that.
Oh, well, when you're having a night on the town, you gotta dress to impress.
Yes.
So, you drive to King's Island.
We drive to an island.
King's Island is an island. If you look at the map of the city that I have in our private thing, which I've not, I think, ever posted publicly. I should put that in the Ko-fi for people.
Oh, is it like the Cape?
Yeah. It's a large island that is like almost half the size, almost half of New Liberty is King's Island, and it's a like large island that sits off the it's only separated from the mainland by a large river that has multiple bridges running across it. So it's not like a miles out island, it's just an island by technicality, you know what I mean?
Oh, good. I hate to get my lipstick wet.
So-
Unless.
Who did Ollie say that to?
It's kind of saying it to all the girls.
Okay. Which it's just Samus and Ruby.
Yeah.
Fuck. Ollie's really shining with the humor this episode when there's less characters to take up screen time.
Oh, don't worry about it, darling. Tonight on Kings, we're gonna live like queens.
Oh, well said, my dear. Well said.
I imagine we both have like bottles of like those cups of fake champagnes, and every time we do a quip, we go ding together.
Ollie produced them. Ooh. So you words. Excuse me. You eventually arrive at the game corner, which is a large, rather plain-looking building, all things considered. Hang on. Give me a moment. Or I guess not entirely plain. Its outside facade has an orange and purple color scheme. And on top, like the logo over top is a lucky cat. You know what a lucky cat is, right?
I know unlucky cats.
A lucky cat is what Meowth from Pokemon is based on. It is a cat with a coin on its head a coin in its hand, sorry. One paw holds a coin, the other paw is sat upstretched and sort of bobs in a waving motion, like forward and back. Or more like a batting motion.
Like the Japanese ones.
Yeah. So there's a big lucky cat on the roof. And, as you enter, it's a casino.
Is it like a gong sound when we cut to it?
No. There is not a gong
right.
sound when you cut to it.
2025, what am I thinking?
I got a short the other day where there's a guy with a cuckoo clock. It's like, oh, that looks tacky. Oh no, it was a gift from my grandfather. And old things like this, they never go out of fashion. Ooh, I think it's about to go off. And it goes off. Oh, Hero, would you like some rice? Hero, it's rice time. And it's like, oh, and the guy, he's like, ooh, and he picks it up and throws it in the trash. So fucking bad.
Alright, we step into the casino.
Yes.
I'm so glad nobody requested the characters from Five Nights at Freddy's.
That's not I guess it is a kid's casino.
It's a child's casino.
Welcome to Chuck E. Cheese. Eat our day-old pizza, and welcome to the kids' casino. Eat our day-old pizza. Our mascot's a rat.
Just the kind of thing you want associated with the restaurant.
Hang on.
I'm gonna go into work tomorrow and pretend like I'm being controlled by a rat, Ratatouille style.
Here we go. I just switched our music up for some nice casino-y music.
One night in Bangkok and the world's your oyster.
Words. Yeah, so you arrive at the casino, and it's a, like I said, very standard casino. You enter through the front, you flash your cards. Oh, the two of you were given fake identities. I forgot to mention that. So Ruby, your fake identity is, you are Scarlet Crimson. Is your identity they gave you.
Oh, very subtle.
And
what's Samus's name? Samantha Aaron?
It's Samantha Macaw.
Oh my god.
But yeah. So you each flash your passes, and Ollie, how do you plan to get in? Are you gonna cram yourself in Ruby's purse?
No.
So, well, hang on. Let's play this out. You guys
yeah.
pull up out front, walk up to the front counter. You know, Samus gives her or sorry, I was gonna say Samus gives her what's the word, membership card, and you know they swipe it and they're like, welcome Miss Macaw, and they or how many chips would you like to play with? And you know she gives an amount of money and they give her the chips. And then Ruby, you walk up, give your card, they swipe, ask how many chips you want, they give you your chips. And then Molly walks up. They look at
don't
you.
worry, I'm with them.
We still need to see your membership card.
Oh, I'm new here. Don't worry, I'm of age.
Oh, we could open up a membership for you right away then, miss. we have
Such a helpful young man.
So to have a membership, there's an initial signing on fee of $1,000, and you have to enter a minimum balance of 500 to be allowed to go onto the game floor, into your gambling account. The sound effect.
$1,000.
Yes, $1,000, ma'am.
Oh, I appear to have misplaced my purse. Surely there's some other way I can make it up to you.
Give me a charm check of fairly high difficulty, but you get 2 advantage on it because of your disguise as a sexy woman.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
May... Is there any way I
Okay. Okay.
Anyway, you can what?
is there any way
Oh
I
my
can...
god.
Oh, sorry,
What?
Jaden, what's up?
Sorry, I was gonna ask, is there any way I can, like, slip on the collar and quietly sing to Molly to use emotional resonance to help her out with this?
Yes. Yes. So, do an emotional resonance roll with disadvantage, meaning whatever your success range is, subtract 1.
Alright, cool. I'll use 3 hero points just to... because I really want Molly to get in.
So you can use
Well-
1 to remove the disadvantage, and then the other ones to just, you know, get
Well-
2 bonus dice.
Well, hang on now. I got a 7 successes.
Okay, you know
Oh.
what? Save the hero points, Ruby. So
Very well.
you two go in, and you know Samus glances around. You know, there's the slots, there's the different tables. She's like, we'll need to find a way to slip into the back area. And then a moment behind you, Ollie walks over alongside the employee whose face is covered in lipstick marks. And he's smiling, a wibbly smile as he hands them a card, a guest card or membership card.
I'll tell you trouble.
I give him a little tip.
What
after
about
the one
money?
he gave me.
It's all right. It's canon. Ollie's lost her virginity.
Am I kidding? Am I not? Well, that's for me. That's for me and old Randy over there to find out, to know, and for you to not
finally
know.
broken that cloaca.
Hey, what happens in
The game corner on King's
the game
Island?
corner stays in the game corner. Another V word I could have used, but let's move on.
Vulva. What happens in my vulva stays in my vulva.
A car, you see.
Anyway. So Samus is gonna start moving around to try and case the area. But you are all also free to engage in a little bit of gambling and try, like, information gathering if you'd like. Or you can just search the area. What do each of you want to do?
I think I whisper to the two of them. I appreciate it if you don't mention any of this to Dr. Olivia. I think she's the jealous type.
Somebody walks by with a plate of what is it called? Not caviar, calamari.
Oh.
Oh. Well, we're here. Might as well have some fun while we're at it. I'm going to try to take the plate of calamari.
Mm-hmm. Which
And probably,
sorry, go ahead.
I think I'll take the plate of calamari, and I think my plan is to hang around Molly while looking for possible places to discreetly plant
All right.
the recording stuff.
Well, they want the recording
Molly-
stuff ideally planted in the underground facility area that they believe exists, not on the casino floor.
Right, not on the floor. Okay.
What is Molly doing?
Molly's gonna just avoid Ruby while she's got the hors d'oeuvres.
I think I'll try to get lucky tonight.
What gambling do you go to? Do you go to slots? Do you go to blackjack or roulette?
She's just going to. Well, they are going to. Sorry, I'm getting confused. They're gonna sit at the first thing, which I'm just gonna say is a Texas Hold'em.
All right, you sit down and they start to
It's one of
fold
the few
everybody.
card games that I actually know how to play.
They start to fold everybody in, and somebody sits down next to you. A woman with long raven black hair and a slightly pale complexion in a beautiful black cocktail dress sits down next to Ollie. She looks you up and down for a moment, like side-eyes you. You don't seem like you, or you seem a little out of place here.
Well, this is my first time. Is it that obvious?
She cocks an eyebrow. I suppose it is. All right. Ruby. So what do you said you're trying to find? What are you trying to do again?
Well, I guess now knowing that
Ollie's avoiding
most
you.
of the recording.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Huh. Well, I think. I guess I'm just gonna whisper to. I think I'm going to plan on looking for the underground area with Samus, while snacking on calamari along the way. But before I go, I'm gonna let Molly know that I'm going to be hanging out with our dear friend Samantha.
All right. So
Should you need any help, you know where to find us.
Ollie, you give me a gambling check, and Ruby, you give me an investigation check.
Absolutely. I'm gonna add 3 hero points,
All right.
and I don't
And at this
think I
table
have.
is about every single James Bond villain.
Man with big metal jaw, man who's bleeding out one eye. Very racist stereotypes abound.
Snake Eyes, Doubleheader, Batman,
Lesbian
Neon Noodle.
Good man. I'm not making that up. That is actually how that is what happens with Pussy Galore in one of the books.
And
Also,
I highly advise any James Bond fan actually read the books because they are comically racist. James Bond is a comedically racist man. He is racist in
sexist.
ways you wouldn't think a person could be racist.
I never made it past Live and Let Die.
He was
Also,
he was an Irish gentleman. Like most Irish people, he was loud, drunk, and obnoxious.
kill him.
He was Polish. Much like all Polish, he was feeble of mind and inferior. I'm exaggerating, but that's, like, again, they're racist against people you wouldn't think people could be racist toward. Anyway, rolls.
Oh, I
got a
got 6
5.
successes.
Okay. What'd you get, Ollie?
5.
Okay, Ollie, you play a good hand. You win some some chips. You win the first round of Texas Hold'em you play.
Ollie doesn't even know the rules.
He's winning because he's sucking the markers off of the cards, changing their value.
No, he can't do that.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Jeez. My opponent's wondering how I'm losing at me, who's been eating all the cards.
It's just the wild abandon in which he's going all in. It, stresses all the other people out, and also they're distracted by Ollie's non-existent tits.
After the first round, the woman who sat next to you gets up and walks away, and Ruby, you think you find an area to slip down. Do you get Sammy?
Yeah, if I can find her, I'll go look for her.
You find Samus, and like basically you've seen or what you have seen is a number of staff members keep going in and out of the kitchen area, more than feels like should be going in and out of there from what you've seen when the door swings open and shut. And at one point when it was swinging open, you saw 5 people walking into the cooler.
Oh.
Which seems highly suspect.
By the way, does Ollie notice anything familiar about the woman who sat next to him?
There's certainly an allure to her that is hard to explain.
Okay.
So something feels seems to draw you to her. And during the first hand, she was very much like leaning into you a little bit and like eyeing you up a lot. And then as she left, she was like, "Well, you enjoy your game." And she gets up and you enjoy your game. I have business to attend to. And she'd make her way toward the bathroom.
Oh.
Don't be a weirdo and follow her into the bathroom, Ollie. Don't be a weirdo and follow her into the bathroom, Ollie. Why am I in the bathroom? I'm kidding.
I feel like he would go into the boys' bathroom first, go, whoops.
You go into the boys' bathroom, we hear a high-pitched "Aye!" before Ollie gets kicked out.
No girls allowed.
Why
Peanuts
ain't you ever
reference.
heard of a transgender? I'm just going where the government tells me I have to go. It's not my fault I look this way. Anyway.
Before we can offend anybody else.
Hey, listen, I can make those kinds of jokes for reasons that anybody who's watched my channel long enough knows.
Alright. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. Let's
go fag it up. Anyway. So.
The name of the episode. And it just shows all the characters just smoking.
So you're following her into the bathroom, Ollie? Or no?
You know what? Yes. But then Molly's gonna go back and collect her winnings.
And then go back into the bathroom. So
and since instead of using hammer space, Molly's just gonna stuff it into his dress, so it looks like he's got huge breasts.
Huge lumpy breasts that make clicking sounds as they walk.
Yes.
I really gotta get these checked out.
The kinds of breasts only money can buy.
Fuck.
Oh, I think that deserves a hero point.
Yeah. If you make me laugh out loud that hard, you get a hero point. So Samus agrees that what you've seen seems suspicious, so you guys need to find a way to sneak into the bathroom. I mean, not into the bathroom, into the kitchen, words. What is the plan?
Don't mix the two.
Oh. Well, I do.
You could
I do have a-
theoretically just go for an hour
ability-
stealth check. What were you gonna say? Yeah, an ability to what?
Well, I was gonna say I do have an ability. I know that I have the cloaking thing, but I do have like the shades of red fashion changing ability.
Oh, and the staff is in orange and purple uniforms though, so it doesn't necessarily match your color scheme. But I will say it can give a 1 die bonus to a skill check of trying to be disguised.
I'll be right back.
I'm willing to take that, and I'm willing to spin something about being a transfer chef for tonight for an especially busy night.
All right. So, do you disguise as wait staff or kitchen staff?
I'll disguise myself as kitchen staff.
The kitchen staff wears all white. Yeah, wait, pink is
I
a
guess I
shade
could
of red.
That's true. Yeah,
You could make an excuse through that.
I'm terribly sorry. I accidentally threw my uniform in the laundry with a red sock.
All right, give me a disguise/bluff type check. Samus says she'll find her own way in if you go ahead.
Can I retcon Ollie following the woman into the bathroom?
Okay.
If she is who I think she is, then her presence would probably make Ollie uncomfortable.
Okay.
Could I perhaps lend the watch to Samus?
Yes. All right. She'll take it if you give it to her.
Yeah. There you go. Just to help you out.
All right. She appreciates it.
how-
I'm gonna give you a hero point for sharing that with her, rather than keeping it for
Thanks.
yourself.
And
'Cause
I'm
you've
gonna use.
purposefully disadvantaged yourself. What are you gonna use?
True, yeah, I was gonna say I'll use 3 hero points
All right. So 3 hero points
for the
down.
disguise. And would it? I don't think attractive would work on this, but doesn't hurt to ask.
Yes, it will.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because the chefs will see you and go, awooga, awooga, hubba, humna, humna." I'm kidding. Yes, attractive will work on anybody who has the potential to be sexually attracted to your character. Or at least find you charming, if not sexually
Good to know.
attractive.
That's good to know. And just to double check, can hero points be used to get rid of dice breaks?
Yes.
Okay, then I'd like to get rid of 2 dice breaks with my hero points.
Alright, so that's 2 more hero points removed.
All right, thanks. That'll get me to 4 successes.
Alright. So words. Yeah, they buy your bluff, and you're gonna, I assume you slip into the cooler.
Oh, yep.
And when you go in the cooler, there's a staircase. What is Ollie doing, if not going into the bathroom?
Playing poker.
Give me another gambling check. As you're doing that gambling check, Ruby, you see that there is, in fact, like I said, there's just a staircase in the cooler that goes down.
Very well. I think I'm going to make my way down the staircase. Also, in the name of gender fuckery tonight, I have given myself a mustache in my disguise.
Hell yeah.
Gender fuckery. Also a good title for the episode.
I love how all the episode titles don't really have much to do with the actual plot of what's happening.
I just think they sound funny and would make whoever reads it go, what the hell? Alright, let's see what this is about.
As you go down the initial staircase, there is another staircase straight ahead of you, but you arrive in what feels almost like a waiting room of sorts. Benches sit around, there's a water cooler, you can hear what sounds almost like office sounds, and there's rows of potted plants that do not look like they're doing good because they're in an underground room. And you see various people walking around very blatantly in Team Rocket outfits.
Interesting. Okay, I think I'm gonna make sure I have the collar on, just in case.
All right.
And do I see any other chefs around?
So you actually see chefs coming down and taking off their chef outfits and hanging them on the wall, and they're wearing Team Rocket outfits underneath.
Okay.
You notice the Team Rocket outfits come in two colors, black and white. Most of the guys are dressed in black.
Interesting.
There's very
can I
few that
perhaps-
wear white. Sorry, go ahead.
Can I perhaps slip away somewhere to change into a Team Rocket uniform?
Alright, glancing around, you do notice that there's there's a staircase going down, and also two hallways that shoot off either side of this waiting room area.
Okay, I think I'm gonna probably go sneak down one of the hallways just while staying out of people's line of sight.
Do you go through the East Hall or the West Hall?
Let's go through the West Hall.
You go into the West Hall, and at the end of the hall there is a door opening the door and peeking into the room. You see it's a small office setup where it looks like there's like sort of a secretary of sorts at work. She has not yet noticed you. There's filing cabinets around, and like I said, it's like a desk. And then you squint and you see it's an HR desk. There's a plaque that says HR.
Oh.
Team Rocket has an HR department.
Dang. A human rocket department.
Damn it, you were faster than me.
Okay.
Human rocket department, that's good. Also, I'm just changing the music. There we go. I hope people appreciate the music that's being used and the reference that this whole episode is, viewers.
Think I'll go. Oh,
That's better.
my mistake. Just wondering. I seem to have gotten a bit turned around. Where's the restroom?
She cocks an eyebrow. Back upstairs, sweetheart.
I don't get it.
Quite. Thank you. And I'm going to walk out before she suspects anything.
You can attempt in the hallway to stealth transform with a level 3 stealth check.
I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna use 2 hero points on this.
All right, how's your rolling? Ollie, what'd you get on your gambling check?
All right. 4.
Okay, you are continuing to win and rack up points.
We're in the money. We're in the money.
Do you want to keep gambling?
What it takes to get along.
Of course. I want a hot streak.
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna use 2 more hero points to get rid of 2 dice breaks to get myself to exactly 3 successes.
Dice breaks.
All right, you got 3 successes. You transform your outfit. What does your rocket disguise look like?
Well,
It's got a cone on top and little fins on the bottom.
I was.
It's little astronaut dolls in there. I think it's just gonna. I look like one of the standard, I guess, female rocket outfits. Like, I guess with a very faint pink white tint with
Okay.
I assume an R on the center.
That's what I
Where
figured
most
you
of the
were
red is
going for
concentrated.
was. Yeah, you were going for again. I got my clothes stuck in the washer. Look,
Yeah.
I washed it with the reds. I'm sorry, boss. Don't beat me up. All right. So from here, do you go down the other hall or down the staircase to go deeper?
Let's see what's down the other hall.
All right, you go down the other hall, look around the corner, and it is clearly a break room of sorts. There's guys sitting around drinking drinks. There's a vending machine. You hear a couple of them chattering. Did you hear that those punks Jesse and James got themselves arrested? Yeah, boss had to leverage a bunch of resources just to break them out. I don't care why, or I don't get why he actually helped them. Apparently they got some sort of talking cat. Talking cat? Yeah, thing got super soldier serum. Okay, I'm gonna need to see this.
I'd like
Bless ya.
I'd like to plan.
Bless you.
Ooh, bless you.
Oh, thanks.
I'd like to plant one of the recording things somewhere in the room, close to where I am, and
Sorry, go ahead. And what?
then after I plant at least one thing, join the conversation.
Oh, there's also another hall exiting this room. Give me a level 2 stealth check. Ollie, what'd you get on your last gambling check while they were rolling?
Oh shit! I didn't know I was supposed to roll again.
Let's do no hero points.
How many hero points are you spending?
Spending. Well, I'm gonna spend 1 to get rid of a dice break to bring myself up to. Actually, wait, hang on. Yeah, 1 to get rid of a dice break to bring myself up to 2.
All right.
I got a 2.
You lost a good, a little bit of your winnings. You still got plenty of chips, though. What'd you get on your skill check, Ruby?
2.
You successfully plant it. Ollie, what are you gonna do now? Are you gonna gamble more or go do something else?
Well, as long as no one's disturbing me, I'm gonna gamble some more.
All right. Give me another gamble check. So Ruby, you planted the bugging device. What do you get? How do you approach the rocket members?
Sorry, do my ears deceive me? You boys were talking about a talking cat?
Yeah, apparently this guy says some of our crew got a talking cat. And then
No
the other one
kidding.
speaks up. He's like, "Yeah, I heard that. I guess Jesse and James tried to stage a stealing of some super soldier serum, and they botched the thing, but they ended up with a talking cat for their trouble. It broke them out of jail, so they worked with it to try and steal more serum, but got arrested again. This time with the cat."
Oh, well, goodness gracious, that's what a mess those two are getting into.
Yeah, I guess the boss is downstairs eating them out right now. I really think you need to work on your wording there, buddy. It's chewing them out. Chewing them out, eating them out, what's the difference? There's a big difference.
I'll tell you when you're older, pal.
What do you do now?
Oh. Well, wait, there's another hall somewhere else.
Yeah, going south.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna take my leave from the conversation. Well, pleasure chatting with you boys. See you later. Or no. Blasting off again.
Hero point. As you go south, you see what appears to be an elevator. Ollie, what'd you get on your gambling check?
Another 2.
You lose more chips. Do you keep gambling?
Yes.
UI
I
vanished.
think Ollie's gone full tilt now.
UI broke. Hang on. There we go. Okay. But yeah, you see an elevate. Ow! I just hit my funny bone.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, no. Oh.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay.
So yeah, you see an elevator.
I think I'd like to. Is there any way in the hall? I'd like to try to. But I don't know where I want to go in the elevator, but I think I want to try to plant one more thing in the hallway and then another thing in the elevator.
All right. Put 2 more bugs. Step into the elevator, and you see that you are on floor B1. There's also a B2 and a B3.
You suck my
no, sorry.
battleship.
You're on B1. There's also B2 and B4. So there's a B3 or a B3 that's not
After-
accounted for in the elevator.
Oh. Well.
And then you hear,
Let's find where this mysterious
You made-
third floor is. I'm gonna go down to B2 and look for a way down.
as you go to you hear, you made your way in good. And then Samus uncloaks in the elevator. You can see that she has ditched the cocktail dress and is in a full body, skin tight blue jumpsuit. And she has the gun and heels on. Her hair tied in a ponytail.
Oh.
Hmm.
Huh. Oh. Already ditching the party, I see. Not that I'm one to talk with the rocket uniform.
You find anything interesting on this level?
Nothing much beyond an HR department and a break room. Heard some folks talking about Jesse and James and their talking cat. Turns out, after their little stint at the military base, they tried to rob some serum again and got caught again with the cat helping them.
I think the military base was their second time getting caught. I believe you caught them the first time. Your first
That's a
session.
good point.
Your first session was their first arrest when they got me out. The elevator dings and Samus cloaks and she softly says, "If you get off on this floor, I'll go down to B4."
I understand. I would say try to look for B3 if you can. I figured I should tell you this before you leave.
God damn it. 0 point. What'd you get on your roll, gambling roll, Ollie?
Another 2.
Another 2. You are almost out of chips. Do you keep gambling?
Statistically speaking, I can't lose. I just can't.
As you step out into the room you're in, Ruby, you can see that there is a you are in like how do I want to describe the space you're in? This looks like almost an in-between room of like, not quite an employee rest room, but like a stop out where employees can be between 2 work areas, if you get what I mean.
Okay. Like a hallway where a water cooler would be?
Less of a hallway, more of a small room where there's like a couple of seats, a vending machine, and a phone, but it's clearly not like a you're going to sit here and lounge area, but a you need to step aside area.
Okay.
Outside of this room where there's just like an open wall, you can see a large warehouse area full of shelves and boxes. And there's also a staircase that
Interesting.
goes up. Right
a
nearby.
A large hallway or room with shelves and boxes?
A
you said?
large room with shelves and boxes and a staircase that goes up. There's a Rocket member
Where is-
at the vending machine sitting there hitting like, come on, give me my fucking snacks. I put $10 in you already.
I need to get my dick out.
Oh,
Recording for that.
there needs to be context there. Because nobody heard that joke was off stream. We were making a big penis joke earlier. It's like, oh, the most inconvenient part is always getting your dick stuck in things like doorways and vending machines, and you gotta pay to get it out. That Tristan was the one who made that part of the joke. Oh, fuck. I think the start of the joke was, I had asked, I don't know if you two want to talk about your partners, so I'm just gonna say one of them has a partner and said that they would get their partner to cast a hex on me so I'd lose my job, and I was like, can you cast a hex to shrink my penis because it's too large?
Yeah.
And it led to a whole conversation about big penises.
Which one of us would have a partner, you ask? You decide. We're not telling.
Anyway, the, yes, the, words. What do you do, Jade? Ruby?
Well, I want to bug the vending machine, but I can't do that while the guy is there, so I'm gonna walk up, go, hey, let me help you out. And I would like to, could I kick the vending machine in such a way that it drops whatever he's trying to get out of it?
Give me a strength check, and while you're doing that, Ollie, how's your gambling going?
Come on, Brenda, baby.
Cool.
What'd you get for successes?
0.
You are out of chips.
Oh, mercy. I don't suppose one of you boys can buy a lady a stiff drink.
Give me a charm check with 2 advantage dice.
At some point in the basement, I'm gonna think, I wonder how Ollie's doing.
They're getting shagged in the bathroom. What'd you roll on your stealth check or strength check?
3 successes.
3 successes?
Yep.
You kick it real hard and a bunch of snacks go falling down. He goes, fucking finally! And pulls them out. $10 worth of potato chips.
He goes, at last, payday! And he holds up a candy bar that says payday.
I just love nuts in my mouth. I'm
gonna
giving you a
bug
point,
him.
Ollie.
Boy,
I'm gonna bug,
I feel
gonna
like
bug
a
the machine.
real sucker. You look like a real smarty.
But yes, you bugged the vending machine.
Bug the machine, gonna tell the guy, only thieves around here are us, eh? And I'm gonna go to the room with boxes.
So yeah, you go in and it's like, there's loads of shelves and boxes, and you can see as you start walking through and looking at everything, a lot of what is here is random leftover things from various hero fights. Hang on, give me a second. So you can, some things you see. Hang on, fucking computer. Yeah. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Let's see here. Glancing around, you can see they have a football or a basketball-sized frog in a jar, just sitting there croaking and looking at you. They have containers of frozen, looks almost like frozen cobwebs. You can see some of the
Uh-oh.
broken vials of Super Soldier Serum from when you fought Team Rocket the first time. There's a yellow robe on one of the shelves. You can see some parts of what takes you a moment to realize what looks like parts of Bobby that were broken off in some fight he was in at some point. Sat
Jesus.
nearby some smashed red drones. Some military equipment. Some Incogni branded gear. Like, it looks like a bunch of lab stuff that was stolen from the Incogni building, likely when it was on fire and being blown up. You can see a giant crab claw in one corner of the room.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a mighty impressive haul.
You can see Ollie's hammer he used when you guys fought skeletons. A tentacle from the Kraken.
The Kraken. Interesting.
You can also see like loads of other pieces of super soldier power armor, other pieces of military equipment, various laser guns and just a bunch of military gear, military weaponry, as well as just a lot of general medical technology and other technology that could be sold very profitably to different groups of people. And at one end of the room, you can see a group of guys are sitting there, painting on the sides of some laser rifles some little hooded cobra images. And one of them looks to the other. It's like, why on earth do the buyers want us to paint snakes on the side of their guns? Come on, man. You know what the most important part of terrorism is? Brand recognition? Brand recognition. That is I believe, either a Robot Chicken or Family Guy joke I stole. I can't take credit.
Oh.
God,
That's
that's great.
okay.
All right,
I really think Adult Swim's gonna sue you.
I'm just giving credit to the comedy writers who deserve it, because I'm not funny like them. I'm not funny like you two.
Nah, you're funny in your own way.
I make
Yeah.
myself laugh, and that's what matters.
Anyway.
I think if you can genuinely make yourself laugh, you can make at least one other person laugh.
Thanks, Bob.
I mean, that's what got my ex to want to date me. And then my massive penis scared them all.
Anyways.
Anyway, I would very much like to discreetly place a bug on the shelf area among the.
Is it like a
boxes.
ladybug or a centipede or a cockroach? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I found a spider outside, and I want to give it a new home.
That's an arachnid!
Yeah. Actually, bug isn't a scientific term, so it can refer to any small creepy crawly thing. So spiders
Okay.
can be considered a bug.
You placed Bugs Bunny on the shelf.
I knew I should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque.
I've ended up in an entire reality that doesn't even have an Albuquerque. But yeah, you put a bug into the shelves.
Oh, all right. Then I
Oh,
do
there
I
is.
have a way that I can. Oh, what's up?
This room has two exits, both going east. One is the one you came in from. The other one is a different exit.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go back the way that I came from. And do I have a way to long distance discreetly communicate with anyone? Specifically, Samus, I guess.
No, you are not given any communicators.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Well,
What'd you get on your charm?
Hey.
Or hang on, yeah, where are you going? First off.
well, knowing that, then I guess I'll head down the hallway that I haven't gone down yet.
It has 2 staircases, one going up and one going down.
Wait, you mean Ollie's
I'm
never
gonna
given
go down.
you his number?
Oh, I guess you have your cell phone if you want to call Ollie.
Did Ollie give you his number?
We can say you two have met enough that it could have happened at some point.
Jade.
Jade's contemplating how detrimental it would actually be to get Ollie involved.
If you do not remember this
Yeah.
conversation, then just say no.
Well, I'm saying, like, even if it
I
didn't
believe that
happen
this has
on
happened.
camera, you could have done it off camera.
Absolutely, yeah. Unfortunately, I want to stay as stealthy as I possibly can right now in plain sight, and I don't trust Ollie not to have some kind of outburst when he hears about it.
Also,
Which is
I
fair.
can't
Tell him over the phone.
imagine that Ruby would even think to ask Ollie.
But yeah, in the hallway, there's a staircase up and a staircase down.
I'm gonna go down because I think that's gonna lead to B3.
Yes. Ollie, what'd you get on your charm check?
Well, 5.
You have 2 men either side of you at the bar trying to flirt with you.
Do any of them buy me a drink like I asked?
Yes.
So I assume these are alcoholic drinks.
Yes.
When Ollie drinks them, I'm gonna say a dry martini, maybe 2. What happens?
I guess that's up to you to decide.
Alright. I'm just gonna say given what I've told you and nobody else about Ollie.
It would probably not feel good.
Yeah, Ollie, like, it starts to physically hurt Ollie.
Yes. You take a damage
Oh.
from drinking a dry martini.
Oh, this is the driest liquid I've ever had. Oh.
You start foaming
Oh.
at the mouth and you're just like, oh god! Oh god! Get a doctor! Meanwhile, Ruby, you slip down the staircase, and you see that you're in a long hallway that has some, hang on, I'm looking at something. I'm just trying to zoom in on the map I'm using. Yeah, so you're in a long hallway, and in this hallway you can see some, there's one, clearly a generator, like, for the building off to the side. A couple of vending machines, and a cooler that is just free for people to open. On the side of the cooler it says, it says, remember, if you take a treat, leave a treat, or at least donate to the treat fund.
Oh.
And there's 2 halls going south.
Hey. Cool. Could I investigate the cooler?
You go over and open it, and it's full of little bit like ice creams and frozen treats.
I don't suppose I still have any calamari on me.
For a hero point, you do, and I will say you do a double take because you realize you know those really poorly made ice like popsicles with gumball eyes.
Yes.
There is one of you.
Interesting. Is there one of anyone else that I know?
Yes, all of the government-sanctioned heroes have popsicles of them. So, there's one of you,
Cool.
there's one
Okay.
of, I don't think Starling would have one. There's a Bobby one and a Dollin one. I'm trying to think of what other players would have a popsicle of them. Hang on. Let's see here.
I feel like Mizu and Connie would make great popsicles.
Sadly, they are vigilantes.
Oh, I see.
I think that's all the players who would have popsicles of them currently.
If they don't make a long Meowth popsicle, they're just leaving money on the table.
Sadly, Meowth is a criminal.
Now Pikachu, on the other hand,
Doesn't exist
I know
yet.
he definitely has popsicles.
Pikachu doesn't exist yet.
Yet. Oh, okay. I'm trying to think which popsicle would be the best to take to. Well, okay, I guess any of them really. So
Well-
I think what? Sorry.
Go ahead. Are you gonna spend a hero point to get Calamari? Have Calamari on you?
To still have calamari on me.
You brought Calamari all the way down here.
Yeah, I took a plate of it and forgot about it until now.
You've just been carrying it.
Wow, that waitress is super helpful.
One of the guys in the break
Well,
room totally took a piece off it.
Yeah, and I've also been snacking on it too. So there's like half, maybe a third of it left.
Whose popsicle are you gonna take?
I think I'm
phrasing.
going to. Is there one of Tiberius Rourke?
No,
What?
he's not a public enough figure.
Believe it or not, there's no Douglas MacArthur popsicle in real life either.
That's a hero point for you, Holly.
I will return, and in peanut butter too.
Again, if any real life political figure deserves a popsicle, I feel like it'd probably be Garfield. President Garfield, to be clear.
Oh, I would say Taft needs a Laffy Taffy flavor after him.
I guess who
The
would I
Lincoln
consider
Liquors.
who would I consider the most public figure to have?
The
The most public figure who is the least likely to have a popsicle,
What
I guess.
flavor would each of the players be? Bobby would be blueberry. I feel like Dolan is raspberry. You would be cherry.
Oh, definitely.
Samus would have an orange popsicle. Oh no, Samus wouldn't have a popsicle. They're not they government doesn't have the right to license them out, and Samus would not license out her likeness.
Ollie would
I
have
think-
Ollie Pops, which actual Ollie Pops taste nothing like the flavors that they claim to have.
Honestly, I figured Ollie would have a fudgesicle if he were a popsicle.
Ollie would have vomit flavor.
Got those Ollie
Jesus.
pudding pops.
Okay,
Or maybe
I'll,
black licorice.
I'll take the ruby popsicle in exchange for calamari.
You hold up the popsicle, and then somebody looks at you and then recognize, hey,
Hey,
it's you!
you look so much like her.
You look like except all popsicles of like fictional characters
Never
always look
actually look
disfigured.
like them, yeah. It's all like one of the eyes is out of center, the smile is half melted.
It just looks like you in 50 years.
It comes with a ring pop that's made to look like your microphone.
Okay. Before I leave, I'm definitely going to take a picture of this.
Cooler. Alright.
The cooler full of things,
Jeez. And like I
and
said,
including the ruby pop, for
there's-
posterity, just in case.
there are two
Okay,
doors
okay.
to the are hallways to the south, or open arching doors. You know what I mean? One further
hope-
east and one further west.
I hope this mission ends with
I think
just Ruby taking the whole freezer.
I think I'm gonna take the one to the west, and realizing now that I did take photos of the cooler, I am going to eat the pop.
As you look, you see that you're entering like a computer room. You know, where like a bunch of like computer banks are stored. And you were given a USB to hack into their systems.
Ooh.
Hmm.
All right. Well, doesn't feel great to do this by myself, but I figured. Okay.
What is Ollie
I-
doing in the meantime?
Ollie is now he is rushing to the bathroom because he is in actual pain, and I imagine
He begins to rinse his mouth out in the water. Oh!
content. Oh no, that's actually making it worse.
Yeah, that's the joke I was making. You just start drinking the soap. It's oil. It has enough of an oiliness that it's good for you.
No. He goes into the bathroom and like tries to like mop it up with all the toilet paper.
Yeah.
And to be clear, it's the girls' bathroom.
You grab a toilet plunger and I just toilet plunger in your face.
No. But Ollie is gonna like try and throw it up
Oh man.
because imagine like this like these specific chemicals in his body are like really bad for him.
All right. Meanwhile, Ruby. As he
Sorry,
starts
am I boring you?
No. It's just very late at night. It's
Okay.
we've been going for 2.5 hours, and I want to get another coffee soon.
Okay. I was
Uh,
kidding.
So Ruby, you're walking. You're trying to find a place to connect your device, right?
Yep.
As you're going, you're gonna hear some movement for a brief moment, and then you hear. Now, what do we have here?
I think I'll put the USB. If I can't find a USB drive to put or a port for the USB, I think I'm just gonna tuck it away and pretend to look lost.
You see a shadowy black figure emerging. Hang on, I forgot to get an image prepped up in advance. Sorry if the stream lags as I open my web browser.
Great goodness, I could have sworn the break room was around here somewhere.
What you see step out is definitely not a Team Rocket member, at least not somebody who looks like one. You see, oh god, that's a disturbing image that I just got on my Google search.
Oh no.
Hang on. You see... Hang on, come on. Fucking work with me! Work with me, Google. This figure emerging. Hang on. Is that showing on stream? Yes, okay. You see that emerging. And I'm gonna go ahead and share the disturbing image I saw as well. So this was the 4th image result when I Google searched what I had to Google search.
Cool.
This was the fourth image.
Oh.
That's Ollie
Okay, I don't
right
see
now.
Sorry. I
Okay,
think
I'm seeing the first image.
Oh, I remember that episode.
Yeah, you got a slight bit of lag. There it is. That's what Ollie's
Oh.
experiencing. But yeah, let me delete that
Oh,
image
no.
now. It's truly
Thank you.
disturbing. It'll take a moment to delete on your end because of the stream lag. Yes, the other image, that is what is emerging from the darkness from you. Or in front of, or toward you.
We have a lot of gooey characters in this campaign.
Yeah, everybody's been requesting a lot of goop. A lot of goop has been requested for this campaign.
Between the ghosts and the venoms and the
And the Ollie.
And the nice lady.
Her arm extends out like a tendril and sort of like brushes your chin. I don't think you belong here, do you?
Oh, tell me about it. I've been trying to find the break room all day.
Don't worry, you don't have to play along. I saw you up in the casino floor. I know you're not Team Rocket. And neither am I.
Look, I was on my break, you see. And then I clocked back in. Anyway, if you're not Team Rocket, who are you?
I don't think so. I'm fairly sure I've seen you before. As she lifts up the wrapper of your popsicle.
In all fairness, I think I already took the wrapper off and started.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
Looking at a
saying
little
she
bit.
picked up the wrapper
Yeah.
that you like tossed aside.
Oh,
She holds that up.
gotcha. Okay.
Damn you, cross promotion.
Hey, before you start narking on me, remember, I left a treat.
That's a hero point. Oh fuck, this is good. This session has been making me consistently smile to the point where my face hurts, and that's good. It's been a while since I smiled that hard.
Oh.
Oh.
Peace.
But yeah, she's like, don't worry, we're here for similar reasons. As she, like a tendril comes out of her and reaches into your bag and pulls out the USB device you had. And like, it in a quick flowing motion whips around and plugs it into one of the ports. That should have the data you're looking for, I presume.
Ooh. Okay, circling back to previous question of mine. Who are you?
You can call me Ink.
Ink.
I was sent here to recover information for certain interested parties. And what is the old saying? Enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Wait, you're telling me you've tangled with Team Rocket?
Not until now. Luckily, with my new, as she like, her whole body sort of wibbles a little bit and like reforms as she, like a second her extends out behind her, and then the first one in front of you snaps into that second one, and like you see how gooey and liquidy she is from the movement. She's luckily with my new abilities, getting in here was fairly easy. As for you, you might want to be getting out fairly soon. I don't.
That a threat?
Oh no, it's a warning. I did kind of trip their security systems. Turns out their hacking has a number of systems in place. Either one of us connecting in a device without an authentication code would have begun setting off the alarm. I've already triggered it, so no sense in you skipping out on the information you need. Hopefully you remember me giving you this help. Like, as she's talking, she's tendrils are typing on the computer, putting data into your drive. And she says, hopefully the next time we meet and we're not on the same side, you remember this favor I've done you, Ruby. I'd hate for us to have to fight.
Okay,
That's pretty cool.
First of all, just because I got an R on my chest doesn't mean my name starts with one. Second of all, why are you helping me?
Like I said,
Or why are you doing this for me?
Like I said, enemy of my enemy is my friend, and there's the old saying, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Hopefully next time we meet, you'll be amicable. And she unplugs the USB drive and holds it out to you.
Well, thanks, I suppose. And
See you later, beautiful.
look,
and
I-
she leans in and
I don't
kisses
know how-
you.
Ah,
It tastes
I- I
like
don't know
drawing
how
on your
much-
tongue with a ballpoint pen.
now I don't know how much I can trust you on account of we just met and you're very unsettling. But
No reaction to her
given how
leaning in
you-
and kissing you? Did you not
Oh.
hear me say that?
Well, you
I-
did kind of interrupt them.
yeah,
Yeah, she's
Sorry, I was-
interrupting with that by leaning in and
Oh.
kissing. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so it's like she gave the USB and has you said like, I don't know if I can trust you. She just leans in and kisses you.
pride.
How does Ruby react?
Ruby definitely, I think, definitely blushes and stands still, mostly out of fear.
She tastes like a ballpoint pen as she drifts away. Good luck slipping out, Ruby. And she's gonna start to move towards the wall. Not any door, but toward the wall.
Oh. So, wait, when will I see you again?
If I do my job right, never. And she goes into the air vent.
Can I have your number?
Well, looking at the hard drive, put it in my bag, and go, we better get out of here.
Boom, 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 boom. All the screens start to blink red and the room lights up red. The lights dimming.
All right. Well, for disposing of pretense, I'm going to take off the collar and change back into my Radical Ruby outfit and book it back up through the casino.
There's a hall north and a hall south. Which way do you go? You came from the north.
I'm going to go through the north.
Go back up the staircase you just used a moment ago.
Yep.
So you now find yourself back on the level where the storage is. Real quick, Ollie, you have gotten the alcohol out of your system.
My dress is completely ruined. It looks like Cruella de Vil.
Oh,
Or a Rorschach test.
oh no.
And yeah, and I
Oh.
kind of like stumble out, and I look like I don't know. I'm just a mess. I stumble out of the ladies' bathroom.
As you start to stumble out, one of the stall doors is gonna open up, and the woman from earlier walks out of it.
Hi. Who are? There's something about you.
She looks at you for a long moment. There's something
are-
about you, too.
Are you? Are you human?
She looks at you for a moment and walks over, like leaning in toward your ear. I suppose that's a very good question that I should be asking myself now, isn't it? But I think I could also ask you the same thing. With her this close to you, there's a strange feeling, an almost like magnetic feeling between you and her.
I don't like this. I try to like back away from her.
She lets you back away and she squints at you, cocking an eyebrow, and you notice her skin has gone from a pale color to an almost blue shade. And then she looks over and you're like near the mirror and she sees her reflection. She goes wide-eyed for a moment, touching her skin, and it turns back to a normal skin tone. I should be going. She squints at you for a moment. I'll see you around. Ollie, is it? And she leaves the bathroom.
How did? Oh.
No. Ruby, meanwhile, You've just climbed up the staircase. You are back on the room where all the storage equipment is. You know that the elevator is south of you, but there's also a staircase up near where you are now. You have to go through the storage room to get to the elevator, or you could take the staircase right by you. You don't know where that staircase goes because you have not used it yet.
You know what? I'll take the staircase.
You find that you're at the down staircase at the reception area when you first arrived. So you remember how there's a down staircase you never took because you went to the elevator instead?
Oh, yeah.
You came up that staircase, so you're right by the entrance. And as you go up the staircase, you can hear people, like, marching to go down the staircase to the computer area, so you've, like, just barely slipped out with the right timing.
Gotcha. Okay.
Keep going up.
Yeah, I think keep going up.
Yeah, you arrive in the kitchen area.
Arriving in the kitchen area, and then...
Are you gonna, like, run out of the kitchen and find a place to change to normal outfit, basically? You could also grab one of the chef outfits that's down here and throw it on. Over your rocket disguise.
You know what? Yeah, let's do that.
Alright. So you emerge out of the kitchen, and on the casino floor, it's like nothing even happened.
Wow. Dang, babe. Goodness gracious. Sorry.
Are you leaving the bathroom, Ollie?
Yeah, I'm like very gingerly. I'm like looking out the door and
Yeah. And you will see Ruby across the room.
straighten myself out.
And, sorry, I didn't mean to cut your sentence off. What was it you were saying before, Ruby?
Oh, well, I was going to ask if I could see either Samus or Ollie, but now I assume I see Ollie as well at the same time. Like,
looking a little disheveled.
oh, God, I partly worry if Team Rocket buffed him up, and I'm gonna make a beeline straight toward him.
Hmm.
Oh.
Interact. Roleplay.
Hey! Whoa! Hey! You okay?
I'm fine. I think I.
Mind if I help you up there?
Oh, did I fall?
I guess I had assumed that you were stumbling a bit.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah.
By the way, I think I'm gonna whisper into Ollie's ear. It's me, Ruby. We got everything we needed to get. Wait, let's go.
Is she wearing
okay,
something
scratch
different than before?
She's dressed as a chef.
As a chef's outfit. Yeah,
Oh, I didn't even realize.
scratch that.
Oh,
That's fine.
Oh, now oh, how clever. I lost all our money. I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry about that, but
Well, you guys
got-
didn't give all your poker chips, so you still have all yours.
that's a good point. Yeah, I actually, in all fairness, I do still have some chips here.
Oh, if you let me have those, I can probably win them back.
Ollie, we don't need to. Sorry. We don't need to win the money back per se. We got what we needed. We got the info. We've put the things we needed to put in the places that they're supposed to go. Once we find info, yep. Once we find Sammy, we should leave.
Oh, I completely forgot. Hey,
Hey, where is Samantha?
Right here.
I
Samus
truly
walks
don't-
over. She's in her dress again. I was already making my way. I was making my way through the facility when the security got raised. What happened?
As she sneaks behind Ollie, like his wig literally flies up into the air.
We should get going.
Right? Sounds good. A lot happened. Right at the very end before stuff went off, but I got the drive. I got some bugs.
All right. And now
No.
we're gonna move to later on in the aftermath. You are filling out large amounts of paperwork following the operation. And there was a debriefing after the fact. It seems as though they didn't catch on to you guys breaking in despite the alarm going off. It seems as though the assumption was made that somebody had just failed to put in their password correctly and didn't want to own up to it, to their mistake. This is partially because your hack was perfectly covered. They commend you for or they would attempt to commend you for how good of a job you did hacking in a way that they weren't even able to detect that their systems were their files were accessed. Do you correct them on this? Or do you take the credit?
I feel like I should bring up Ink.
Rourke
Let them know that.
Rourke would sort of nod in interest and be like, that's peculiar.
Yeah.
I'll get more information in your full report. Which they would not be asking Ollie to fill out a report, so his end would not actually get recorded down unless he insisted on it being put into your end.
Yeah, of course, Ollie would have hidden, would not have mentioned anything about Ink to Samus or Ruby or anybody.
Yeah. That makes sense. Also, definitely keep those photos in mind. That's some pretty messed up stuff.
Also, Ollie probably goes, "How'd you know it was me under the disguise?"
Uh,
And then he'd wink at Rourke.
Samus.
Is Ollie still dressed up, or is he out of disguise now?
Oh well, you did say we were debriefed, so probably not anymore.
That's a good joke.
Thank you.
But I was gonna say, so another thing that would be mentioned is Samus in the areas she explored would have found the boss's office, and would have gotten something a very good piece of information. We can now confirm the leader of Team Rocket, famed businessman and martial arts expert Giovanni, owner of Rainbow Industries. This is something that they are going to be able to make very good use of in order to start building a case against him to get him arrested and hopefully shut down the entire Rocket organization. Of course, all of the information you got, bugs you planted, and the data you got is incredibly helpful, indicating that they have been doing business dealings with the terrorist organizations Nod and Cobra, as well as dealing and selling equipment to numerous supervillains across the country. This information will help them to stage a series of busts across the country that will help them shut down major criminal trade rings. And they are very glad that you did this, and you are going to see a substantial bonus in your paycheck.
Oh, sick.
Also, Samus got on recording Jesse James and Meowth receiving a thorough talking down from Giovanni over the fact that they had to expend resources to break them out of jail. And him being very angry that they did not express the fact that they had a talking cat to him. They would explain that they were hoping to use the cat's assistance and its intelligence to help them steal more super soldier serum to make up for the batch they failed to steal the first time. And he commends them and says that he would tell them that he has a new operation for them. And he would show them a photograph of a certain robotic boy and say that he wants them to capture it for study.
Oh.
And that is the end of this session. If you guys can do a little bit more role-playing chatter if you'd like.
I think at this point, Ollie is a little bit demoralized and confused by what happened. That he would just walk back to his room behind glass in Olivia's office and just sit there.
Olivia, Glenn. I was gonna say sorry. Did you want something you want to do with Ruby?
Could I possibly spend hero points to have retroactively gotten a second pop for Ollie?
Yes.
Or
I will allow that. That's very sweet.
I'm gonna do that. Was there an Ollie one?
There was not, because Ollie has not gotten merchandised yet.
Dang it.
I think as far as the public conscious is aware, Ollie is basically just an urban legend in which city?
Not Justice City is where you've shown up the most. You are actually viewed as a vigilante in Justice City because the government hasn't acknowledged your existence yet. Unbeknownst to you, a small fan gathering of people trying to figure out who this mysterious hero is has begun to form.
That's fucking hilarious.
Because people love hero culture and vigilante culture. So our closing shot is, you are sat dejected, laying back on like a little chair or like a hammock or some comfortable seat you've made for yourself in the observation room. Olivia typing at her computer, looking up at you, smiling with a interested look. On her screen, she is messaging Ridley, and at Incogni Industries, behind a pane of glass, laying back on a chair, is Ink. And a single piece of information is written on the screen, having been sent over. Rapid cellular degeneration. And that is the end of session.
Does Ollie see this?
No, you don't. That's for the audience.
Oh.
I will say, Ollie doesn't. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna roll for this.
I do feel kind of bad for Ollie spending most of the actual casino part gambling and then getting very, very sick.
I do feel like that was player choice. Did you enjoy the session, Tristan? I do feel a little bad.
Absolutely,
but...
I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you had every
fun.
opportunity to go and engage, but I felt like you were enjoying your gambling on this side.
Yeah, and I did feel it was completely in character, which to me is most important. And that everyone else had fun, but I got a 4.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that Ollie does notice something odd, but doesn't really comment on it, which is that this is the first time Olivia has actually smiled at him.
Aww.
But yeah, that is the end of session. Go ahead and click the end cards. Another episode will be coming out next week. Hope all of you
Bravo.
watching on YouTube have enjoyed. Ta-ta for now.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. That's all, folks.